audio issues with this podcast episode. Sadly, it was a great episode actually because we had a guest. Spoiler alert. But yeah, we had audio issues and tried to clean it up a little bit, but it's still not coming clear, so I had to post it anyway. Usually in the beginning of the video, I usually give out where you can find us in there stuff. So I'm going to do that here so you can hear it more clearly. You can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. You can type in Drunken Ship Podcast for each of those services. It should be the first thing to pop up. You can also follow us on YouTube, which is the Drunken Ship. It should be the first thing to pop up as well. Just search it up. And yeah, I believe that's it. So sorry about that, guys. If you can manage with audio, that'd be great. But if you can't, that's completely fine. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for listening or watching it. What's up, guys? Welcome to the 30th episode of the Drunken Ship Podcast. I'm your host, Tay, alongside with my crewmates here. Got Colin. Got Jordan.
Konnichiwa.
Jordan. So he didn't hear me again. Jordan.
No, you said it. I did the konnichiwa thing.
Konnichiwa.
This is
Bryan.
fucking chaos already.
We boosted this server. Why are we having lag?
I cannot wait until we are able to. Sorry, go ahead.
Bryan.
Introduce the guest.
That's all. We don't know who the strange man is and how he got into the podcast.
Yo, hey, how's it going?
Sorry, we had technical difficulties. So
we gotta start locking that door. He just wandered in here. I don't know how he got in.
I cannot wait until we're able to be in the same room.
Yeah,
What'd you say, Tay? You like crazy?
We do podcasts every we do podcasts every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. On Spotify and Apple Podcasts, you can type in Drunken Ship Podcast. It should be the first thing to pop up. We're also on YouTube because you're seeing this video now. So if you like that, give us a like, share, because it helps us out a lot. And we're also, I haven't checked since yesterday, but 4 subscribers away from 100, which I predicted early this year when we first started this. So,
hell yeah.
Damn, and so close to my prediction to 1 million subscribers.
I know, we're like 1% of the way.
No, we're not even saying
Check what? What was it, like 999?
We're like 100th away from
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, as we're recording this episode, it's been a week since the PS5 release. So,
and 1 week away from Thanksgiving.
Really?
We gotta be careful to pop a song for the PS5.
I sadly don't. I've honestly, I don't know why. I've been sort of avoiding PS5 reviews. So I'm kind of excited to see what you guys think of it before I get one.
So, Devin, let's start with you, dude. You just got yours. It's fresh.
Oh
clean.
Man, so PS5, I love it. Getting the PS5 was the most stressful thing I could ever think of. Beyond pre-ordering it 2 months ago, waiting on.
Dude, this man was like giving me death threats.
I did not send you any death threats.
I know.
It was just, I didn't want to be those people that I saw on Twitter that was just like, yo, yeah, FedEx just robbed my stuff. They said it was delivered and nobody ever knocked on my door or anything. I'm like, ooh, I don't want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
It was actually not even FedEx. It was just some dude wearing a Fed shirt.
But honestly, I've been waiting for the PS5 for years now, and to have one, I love it.
How does
So
it feel?
what is it?
UI and the controller. Like, give me everything you think of, like your pros and cons of the console.
I'm loving the controller. It fits really nice in the hands. I've always been a PlayStation fanboy for the controller. And even though this controller is a completely new design, it still feels right at home. UI is pretty nice. The only gripe I have is switching over from the PS4 to the PS5. They've reversed how the home button works. So a quick press. The quick press brings up the shortcut menu, while long press just goes into the home menu.
Yeah, they reversed it for some odd reason.
Yeah, that was the only thing that threw me off, but I'm getting used to it.
Can you flip? Goddamn, fucking hiccups.
That's a cardinal sin on a podcast.
Yeah, I know, it's the fucking worst. I just want to cut my throat out right now.
Ooh.
Can you flip that option? Can you like reverse back to the PS4 like home button bullshit?
I don't think so
I'm
because
not sure.
the UI, I think the way that they have it set up for going into certain menus like party chat and all that, since it's all connected to the home button now instead of a sub menu, I don't think you can actually switch it.
Okay, that makes sense. So I'm actually really curious. Like the UI, I've seen very few videos of the UI. Anything. I don't have a PS4. I'm probably gonna get one like 6 months or 7 months down the line when like the stock hype of the PS4, the PS5 becomes a lot easier to handle. What is like the best design about the UI? Because the Xbox UI stayed the same. Like, does it truly feel next gen? Does it feel cleaner? Does it feel easier to use in the PS4 UI?
The fact that you can access everything from the home screen, that includes PlayStation Store, your games, friends list, all that is really nice instead of having to go into sub menus on the home screen. Like if you want to go,
Okay.
I tell you what, I find really fucking nice about it is that like it doesn't lag when you go to the store. The store is integrated with the homepage, so
Yeah.
there's no more of that crashing bullshit that you got when you're trying to go to the store, and then it would go like you would click the store button and then you would wait for fucking like 7 seconds and then it would finally go over. It finally just goes, it just drops down and you're there.
The PS5 it put an emphasis on the SSD. Everything utilized that thing. So that's why the store is snappy and faster than ever. Because it's indicated in the console, so using SSDs to speed up.
I think that was like one of my biggest gripes from the PS4 was just that fucking god awful UI. I mean, it wasn't like designed out terribly. It was just like the crashing and how how long it took me to like find shit. It was like the worst part of it.
Dude, if you're a PS3 gamer, you understand how slow and best.
Oh my God.
PS4.
Dude, I
Shit.
love the
PS3
PS3, and
suck.
the PS3 UI was a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I use PS3 to stream a lot, so yeah,
Oh,
familiar with it.
Did you
Yeah,
guys
what-
like the Xbox 360 UI?
I loved it up until
Well, which version?
Yeah,
All of them, they're all good.
The first one's off.
When we got to Xbox One, that's when it went to shite.
Tay, did you just say that the first one with the sliding cards was an awful Xbox 360 UI?
Yeah, it was boring.
No, it
We
was boring, but it
about to
worked.
throw some. We about to throw some fucking hands.
You like
you and I, Tay.
2005 UI? 2005 UI?
I love that. It was the best looking UI. Everything was accessible. I just had tabs.
Oh,
I didn't have to scroll through 16 fucking cubes of shit. My game
Cubes is
was
really
accessible.
big with UIs now.
Yeah.
Is that
really
a
are.
design software kind of like fad that everyone does now? Because it's all cube. It's all cubic.
Well, it's think about every device that you use. Sorry, Tay, what did you say?
No, you go ahead. I just say I started to notice that sleek design since Destiny 1, and everyone stopped doing it.
Yeah.
since.
yeah.
It's think about every single device that you use and how they are set with like cube base, drop shadows, rounded edges. It started with the iPhone design aesthetic, and everybody has just kind of gone for like sleek, nice little pop-up animations, nice little slide in and fade ins, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm kind of fucking sick of it.
Yeah, can we get some like
Kinda-
circles or like some triangles in there or some bullshit? Like, can we?
I don't know on that.
Maybe even like a rhombus or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
I haven't heard of Wombus in a very long time.
That's a fucking weird word, right? Fucking word. The word rhombus. That sounds like a jazzy ass shape, doesn't it?
So you're the only Android user?
I might be because all of
No,
my
I use Android too.
I'm an Android user too, but I was an iPhone for a long time.
my last iPhone was an iPhone 4S, and then I went straight to Android. All the apps on my phone for Google Pixel is all circles, but I will say everybody on both ends have gone towards more minimalistic kind of setup.
Mine are like these little weird squared circle things. That's what I like.
Weird
It's all a
circle
design-
things, like it's like a jagged
all a design element.
circle.
Yeah, it's like a
So,
circle but
yeah.
with edges.
You mentioned before we had to restart
Mhm.
So I haven't used any third-party apps at all on PS5 because I don't need it. But you use Crunchyroll or something up there? Is it better?
Oh, so the transformation from Crunchyroll on the PS4 to the PS5, I don't know if any of you have ever used Verve at all, which is like the second or third party app for Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I use it for my TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
The V thing, yellow V.
Yeah, it's similar to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's a lot
Okay.
similar to how Verve's UI is, which I really like. Which might be why I couldn't find the Verve app on PS5 so far yet. Like, I don't think they put it on there because Crunchyroll for PS5 looks so much like Verve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it the same company?
it's
like
it's made by Crunchyroll. It used to be a partnership between Crunchyroll, High Dive, and Funimation, but then Funimation backed out, and now it's just Crunchyroll and High Dive.
yeah,
I
like
thought
Gotcha,
Verve
gotcha.
was like owned by Funimation. I guess I got that backwards.
No, it's owned by Crunchyroll. There's
you
other
gotta like
things out
download
there.
an app to get Crunchyroll. It's dumb. It's really dumb.
You
I
have
mean,
to
you can-
download. Wait, it's like a hat. It's like you have to download Verve to get to Crunchyroll. It's not integrated into their system.
It's integrated because my TV doesn't have a Crunchyroll app. You got to download what that thing Devin just said. It started with V. I think that's the one he's talking about. It's on
Yeah.
my TV.
Verve, yeah.
Verve,
You use
so-
Oh, because I was wondering like why my TV I could because they don't have like I couldn't get Crunchyroll on my TV either. So I'd have to. I guess that would make sense. I have to download Verve to get to it.
So the thing
Oh,
with
fuck,
that
I
is
might have to do that.
Crunchyroll's Department of Development has stopped really doing anything with Crunchyroll for years, besides just updating when anime is on there. They put all their time and development into Verve, so you won't get a new app on anything besides, I guess, the PS5, and it's really just an upgraded UI. That's all it really
Which
is.
it fucking needed because it was garbage on the PS4.
PS4, yeah, it was just like legit, just, here's a picture of the anime in name and a small description. You just got to slide through everything.
And it would fucking crash. Like every time I'd get onto it, it would either crash or it would not have me logged in. I would go to the login page, start typing in my login, and they would immediately do it because it was just like trying to wake up or something. It was so stupid.
Before
Yeah.
I go further into the off topic, but someone hacked my Crunchyroll account this summer and I make a new one.
Why?
What were they watching?
Can't tell. I went on the website. They did hack them.
I had that. I've had that
But,
happen to me before.
Jordan, what's your PS5 impressions so far?
Super
pros and
clean
cons,
like
whatever.
interface. It's very that was like I was saying earlier. That was my biggest gripe. That was like one of the best things I liked about it was just they changed up. They've smoothified the interface. Like Crunchyroll, they've upgraded the Crunchyroll thing. That's really nice. I mean, the
Have you used
controller.
have you used any other apps on there?
No, I mean the only app I ever used was Crunchyroll on it. I maybe Spotify, but I really haven't turned on Spotify yet.
YouTube's pretty much the same. I haven't logged into Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or anything like that.
I just heard Netflix is actually terrible on PS5.
I was just
From the
wondering
tweet I saw.
if like the streaming services have changed anything for the new console or anything. I was just wondering.
I really doubt it. I think it's just going to be a port. Of
Yeah.
whatever's available now, because Netflix, all of those streaming services have kind of like streamed their UI to be universal across whatever device
Yeah.
you're using it.
But
That's
at least like,
definitely
do
not
you think they'd be faster though? I mean,
I hate
Disney
that.
Plus sucks
UI
on
though.
PS4.
like Crunchyroll's faster because I have experiences with HBO, Hulu crashing on me on PS4. And then sometimes the streaming services or the videos won't even load. I have to back out and then go back in until they finally load.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they also changed just that. Well,
Yeah,
now that
Disney
I will
Plus
say that Hulu is some garbage.
Disney Plus was awful on
Hulu.
PS4.
yeah, Disney Plus is terribly slow.
Was all these apps like available around when the PS4 launched? Because that's probably why, because they've not been integrated in. But we already knew about like when they're probably building the PS5, they already had them probably planned out and integrated. That's probably why they work so well.
As far as
That's probably
I
true.
know, YouTube and Crunchyroll and Netflix were on, and Hulu
They-
were on the PS4 on launch.
Mhm.
I believe so.
Disney
I
didn't
don't-
come out until recently. HBO
Yeah.
didn't come out until recently. I think Prime is a new thing as well, or like the past couple years at least.
Prime run nice on my PS4 before I switched to my new TV. Only use like
By
once.
the way, I just want to throw this out there because I remember all the shit talking that we did in Disney for renting out Mulan and whatever.
Oh yeah.
HBO Max released or just made an announcement earlier in the week, and they said that they were going to release the new Wonder Woman in December, and then put at the bottom they're going to release it on HBO Max, and then put at the bottom at no additional cost to the subscriber.
Yeah, you know what that
Yeah, I
was?
know.
They saw what Disney
As a
did, and they're like,
flex.
"Ooh,
Yeah.
we're gonna
That is
back away
very
from
similar.
that one." Yeah.
That is very similar to the PS4 Xbox reveals when Xbox revealed that you can't share your games because it's going to be a one install only. And then PS4 Sony immediately was like, "This is how you share your game. This is how you share."
Yeah, I remember. I love that video.
Yeah,
It was like
but
30
like,
seconds.
if you go back and watch that now, and you look at consoles now, they're way ahead of the time. Because if you look at it now, all these consoles are all exactly what the Xbox was when it launched. Like, everything's going to go digital, so you can't share games. You're always going to have to be connected to the internet to get that first day one patch.
Yeah,
But the thing,
like, they were just way ahead of the fucking curve. But
not in a good way.
But not in a good way. No, yeah, not in a good way.
I think
that wasn't natural. That was forced.
I think the only difference is when Xbox first revealed how they were going to stop game sharing, was that the disc was only going to have 2 installs, so you can only share it with one person. And after that, the disc was basically useless to anybody else.
That shit would piss me off. That shit would not fly.
Jordan,
regardless of that.
impression on DualSense.
Rocket?
Me. I think you gotta cut it out. It's this fucking lag. All right, so I've been this is the matchup for the century because I am a hardcore fucking Xbox One Elite controller advocate.
That controller is fucking fantastic.
This is the best fucking controller ever. But it does have a contender now. So I got my hands on the DualSense, the PS5's DualSense, and the vibrations in that thing is fucking off the charts. Like, the haptic feedback triggers is fucking amazing. It adds a whole new sense to the game. It adds a new layer of shit.
Do you have a fire alarm, Crockett?
Oh wow!
That's Sony and Microsoft coming in to fucking kick my ass right now.
Mad at Chief for raising Plexus controller. What was that
Is
about?
there something burning?
Damn, you good?
Is that another lightning strike?
He's always having fires around his house. I noticed this trend.
It's because I live in hell.
There's been like 4
I
fires.
think it's gone. That's gonna be a nice little clip. Fucking
Sound.
fire. That's a word. That is an actual cardinal sin. We got hiccups and we got a fucking fire alarm going off during a podcast. Fucking amazing. We just need a fucking
great.
motorcycle to go by now.
I live right
it's
next to a
nice.
train, so don't pray too hard.
I feel like the texture. So, all right, if I was stacking the Xbox One Elite controller to the DualSense, I think vibrations. Wise, I mean, DualSense fucking knocks it out of the park. It's entirely new technology. I think weight.
What makes it so much better than what about the vibrations make it so much better than the Xbox?
Well, so and Tay was like telling me this the other day when he was playing Astro's Playroom, and pretty much Astro's Playroom is just like a tech demo for the controller, but essentially, and I can attest this. Imagine taking your palms out, and then imagine it raining, right? And you could feel raindrops on different parts of your hand, correct? That's
Really?
exactly how the controller can mimic something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like super. I wonder how many. If you crack up the controller, I wonder how many like micro like servo motors you're gonna have with the vibration.
Yeah.
I know with the triggers, there's a big this big kind of like chunky thing. It's like a little I guess a plastic piece, and there's a bigger gear, and it holds tension. So
Okay.
when the gear is like moving, so when you're pulling back on the triggers, it can hold tension on it to make it harder or easier to roll.
That's fucking awesome.
I noticed that when I was playing Miles Morales. By the way, amazing game. Web slinging.
Spoiler cast about it later on tonight. Watch out for that on YouTube.
The web slinging, you can feel the tension of shooting out a web. You feel it vibrate a little bit on that, and then when you're coming in for your swing, you can feel the tension pulling on that specific trigger, as you're swinging, as if you were pulling the tension of a web.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Enhanced the web slinging a lot.
Yeah.
And it was already
That's
good
fucking
from
amazing.
Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man game.
Does it still have the touchpad? Is that white big thing still the touchpad, or did they get rid of that?
It's still
entirely?
there, but
Yours, Spider-Man
Okay.
utilized it. Yeah, I don't think
Cool.
it's
Yeah.
I think it's still gonna be the same as PS5.
it's just kind of like
It's gonna be
a
there.
map. It's like imagine
but
that's like how you would
it's gonna be
go straight directly
Yeah.
to your map or something.
Cool. That makes sense. I think the
it's on for
PS5.
Miles. You know,
I think the PS5 looks incredibly gorgeous. In terms of design, I think it is like the best design console. What's up, Tay?
Oh, good. Someone
Nah.
can play devil's advocate to that.
Do it, Tay. I want to hear it.
yeah. Yeah, I said it
Wait,
last
wait,
week.
wait. I want to hear Bryan. Bryan,
But wait,
I wanna-
Let me ask. Out of Devin, Jordan, and Tay, are you guys? You're all standing them straight up, right? Or are
Yeah.
you laying
Yeah,
them down?
all vertical. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
right there, just standing.
Oh, yeah, it's right there.
I was
Is it
just
on?
wondering. I mean, some people
It is on.
store them
Devin, the way you
differently.
have that set up, like to your cameras, like, honey, you coming back to bed? You coming back to bed, baby? I have
Listen,
Dark Souls. Come on.
Right before I was in this podcast, I was on the PS5, just admiring everything.
Yeah. Then he turned right around to do the podcast.
Dude, the startup is already one of my favorites. This is so better than the PS4s. I love the startup for the PS5. Dude,
Oh my God, yeah.
and this opens.
I love
yeah,
the
but just
fucking-
kind
I
of
wish-
waiting for it to million. That's
I
just
wish
me.
it wasn't white. I wish the light was just blue when it was on.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the PS4s.
I will say a
up
little
there.
disappointed. My only disappointment with the controller is because the buttons are clear. I thought they would have a backlight on them,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
but it doesn't. It's just a clear button. I
If
was
they had a
highly
You wait, like a background or a backlight? Because if it had a backlight, it would fucking drain that battery like a motherfucker.
a backlight. I mean, if you wanted to turn it off as an option, you could, but just having the buttons light up just a little
I
bit,
think they could have had like clear buttons and then had like colored symbols.
that would also be nice.
I think
Do,
that would have been
um,
actually really nice.
Is there like any other like tension in the controller besides the triggers? Like, do the sticks do anything or no?
Ooh, that would be a fucking good option, but yeah, there's
Not
no,
for
it's
mine.
just the triggers.
I think they said it would for 2K, just because when the characters.
Man, no one who's playing 2K just gives a fuck about them tension triggers. I can tell you right now, they do not care. That is not built for them.
They would probably be
Stop
annoyed
fucking
because
tokens.
the way they describe it is like you can actually feel your character getting tired when they're shooting a basket. It's like I don't want to have to pull harder on the trigger to shoot a basket.
There should have been
You can
two
turn it off in the
questions.
settings.
There should have been two questions when you're pre-ordering your PS5. Is like, are you going to play 2K in COD only? If
And
so,
then they just cancel
and then,
your
and
order.
then- yeah, the answer's right out the fucking box. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, from what I heard, like when I got my DualSense, I played it for like a couple of hours. I immediately thought I want to play Battlefield or Call of Duty with this thing. And
I-
recently, I heard Call of Duty apparently what is it, Cold War? They
Yeah, the
guns feel
triggers
little
apparently.
different
When,
of the controller.
yeah, so for each gun, the trigger fire rate it's different, so you can tell a difference between
Yeah.
each gun with the trigger. And I want to get COD
That sounds
just
exciting to play.
so fact. I was like,
Me too.
damn, I don't give a shit about this game, but damn, I really want to fucking try what a first-person shooter is on this goddamn controller. Because this seems great. That seems like incredible for any shooters.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Call of Duty, COD Cold War is actually really fucking good.
It's not a bad game, no. I just don't like the
Kinda
aesthetics. for it.
mixed. Yeah, it's mixed.
I wonder how that controller is
I don't
with
know, I have-
squadrons. That's just me though. With flight sims.
Ooh, I wonder.
VR? Oh my god, that sounds awesome.
So,
Tay, have
actually,
you hooked
this,
up your?
This actually brings up
Sorry.
a good. I want to make a good talk about this because when I
This is a
first
new
heard about
topic.
the DualSense, I was shitting on it quite a bit because of. This is a cool. It's really cool and it's really great.
Oh,
And
now
now
he's
that I
defending it here.
Now, whoa, wait.
Look at him.
And now that I have a first-hand impression on it, I'm like, wow, this is fucking cool. But I was shitting on it earlier, like in past podcasts, because I was like, it probably is cool, but it's gimmicky in the sense of only first-party studios are going to like take a hold of this. But
do remember
give
that,
me
yeah.
a little hope because Call of Duty, which is a multi-platform game, was able to actually give us a little like extra thing for the PS5 was with the
Well,
trigger.
this is
So
this is
hopefully
first
that
year, though.
yeah, but hopefully it's implicated more in like third-party games or something.
Mhm.
Or hopefully the best case option is third-party controller makers like Astro make something similar to this, and then you implicate it onto Xbox, and if they can implicate that onto Xbox, or probably you could probably replicate it on the Switch as well. If they
Switch
start
already has
doing
half
that,
that.
well, I mean, is it just yeah,
Just
that's-
a-
It's literally just a
implicate it
rumble.
faster. But if they could start doing that more, then more third-party games would implicate them more and more into the game. Hopefully, that's
I totally agree with you. I do think that third party
See, that's
games. Go ahead, Tay.
No, you go ahead. I was listening. I was checking.
I hit my mic.
I was gonna say that I think that the interesting thing about third party developers using like hardware specific stuff like that is that Call of Duty did it with a cross platform game, but it's probably not that difficult to integrate something like the haptic feedback on the triggers in comparison to some of the other more advanced functions like games like exclusive like Spider-Man that utilize the gamepad and all of that shit. Or not the gamepad, but like the little trackpad, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more creative use of those little hardware specific things coming from third party developers and not just from I guess in Sony, I guess a third party.
Yeah.
By third party, I mean people that are not Sony or Sony's not publishing.
I would say one of my favorite instances of using a controller, and by a first-party developer, of course, infamous Second Son. When you graffiti the walls, you turn the controller sideways and use the trigger and like shake
was
the
pretty
can
fucking
and
dope.
everything. I thought that was the coolest way to use the controller, and I think I still think it is.
Shout out to the game, by the way.
That's a great game. I love that game.
I played it and I couldn't get too into it, but it's because I was playing on PlayStation Now and it just felt clunky.
Oh,
like,
why, Bryan?
Oh.
Dude, it's on like
The-
the shop for like $10.
Yeah.
It wasn't at the time. I played
it.
I played it like a year ago, like 2 years ago.
That's a great game.
And it's just like I was streaming and it felt too clunky. Anyway, my point is I want like PS5 has really amazing hardware in terms of the SSD. The controller is beautifully designed. The console is beautifully designed.
I don't
It's
know
like
about
fucking
beautifully
Seto Kaiba.
designed. I mean, when I get a big hand of fucking Cheetos and I go to reach for to play some Demon Souls, it's gonna be all over for that fucking controller.
Hey, you know what you should
sweaty
do?
palms too, which is making me iffy with it too. So it's like,
You know what you
I
should
did
do?
like there is a texture on the back of it, so because I get bad sweaty palms too. That is great because my sweaty palms aren't gonna be fucking slipping, sliding like the PS4 controller.
Just fucking clean it with a isopropyl alcohol and a fucking wipe.
No,
You fucking pigs.
Cheetos.
yeah, I wipe it every time I use the
Be a
game.
fucking adult.
That's 36 years of experience. Yeah, being an adult.
I want to
No,
eat big cheesy puffs while I'm fucking playing Call of
Follow
Duty.
up, Bryan.
Just do what
Follow
I do and eat
Bryan
them with
did.
chopsticks.
The PS5.
What'd you say, Tay?
Bryan said from what you're saying, the PS5 is more. It's convenience, and I'm not sure you guys tried the 3D audio yet, but like that along with the DualSense, I think this console is more about the pure gaming experience, like being like immersed as possible. Which I
Yeah,
think is
And I-
great.
it's definitely trying to take a new level into immersion.
That's why I'm low key holding out
Like,
on
I
a
won't go in-
VR set until I get a PS5.
Like I won't go in detail with it, but Demon Souls so far is the best next gen experience I have so far. Demon
It,
Souls,
fucking bad.
it looks
headphones.
completely.
Oh my!
Looks truly next
God.
gen, and I can't stress that enough.
Not only looks, but like
But
the
feels like
audio and the controller. You're in that world now.
See,
And
I haven't got to
the
take
game is not scary,
take
but it can
advantage
make
of
it scary.
I haven't gotten to be able to take advantage of the 3D headphones yet because I don't. My Razer headphones don't work for. I don't think they do 3D.
Yeah,
I have
supports all controller headsets. Doesn't matter.
Apparently, only like there's only
Yeah.
so many headsets. There's only some headsets that support 3D audio though.
No, the PlayStation supports them, but the
Yeah,
headphones
home.
themselves are not 3D audio.
Okay.
I want to try
Just
using
stereo
my.
Yo,
What's up?
Demon Souls looks gorgeous. I'm watching a video of it right now. That shit looks incredible.
So
And it looks just like that when you're playing.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's
I
amazing.
It
really,
looks like a game trailer, honestly.
I'm gonna have to invest in that. I mean, I was already gonna get it, but invest my time in actually playing it. Back to the headphones. I'm not the biggest fan of over-the-ear headphones for a long period of time. Like if I'm just listening to music, cool. but I'm more of an earbud kind of person, especially since I have the gold freeze throw. It messes it up. So, like, I have a pair of
just wear them like down like this.
I think
like
that's
a
what Devin's
DJ?
doing right now. Devin, turn to the side for me. Yeah, it is. He's lipping on the back of his skull.
So I have a pair of Google Pixel headphones that the only way you can use them is if it has USB-C. I'm wondering if the back of the controller's USB-C connection can work with that or not, or if it's just going to be a no.
Oh, like it's not just a charge port. You can use it for other things.
I haven't had a chance to use it. I've just been busy. I haven't hopped in a party chat or anything, and I use audio from my TV for gaming most of the time.
What's up?
No, sorry, I just wanted to say something about Sony. I have a Sony, the model are Sony WFX 10003 headphones. They're wireless earbuds from Sony. And I am fucking pissed that I can't use them as a headset on my PlayStation. Sony needs to fix that shit.
That's weird.
I said it's last week too.
Is there any Bluetooth on the PS5?
It is. There's Bluetooth on the PS4 and there's Bluetooth on the PS5. There's Bluetooth on both of them. But the Bluetooth is specific to gaming.
For the controller.
It's got a Bluetooth protocol that is exclusive for gaming hardware that Sony releases. And it pisses me off to no end. I have Sony wireless earbuds. I should be able to play my fucking game with an earbud in my ear, feeling like goddamn Metal Gear Solid walking around. And I can't do it. Instead, I have to connect my earbuds to my fucking television, and I can't use the microphone on them, and it pisses me off. That's the one thing that I want Sony to fix.
Bryan, I said the same thing last week. I have Beats, and the PS5 registers my Beats, but it won't let me listen to them.
Exactly. It registers my fucking headphones, but it won't connect to them.
That was my point for the PS5 last week.
PS4, because when the PS4 came out, nobody could use any other kind of a headset besides whatever Sony wanted them to use.
Yeah,
everybody's Bluetooth experience. I thought they would have learned that from the backlash they would have got. But
and what's funny, Devin, is the first generation of DualShock 4s, it supported my Beats with the wire, but my new the Slim's PS DualShock 4 controller doesn't support it. It sucks. So I can listen, but I can't talk through the mic, which is so stupid.
It is stupid.
I think it's more of a Sony problem there, and that's actually one of my cons with the PS5. I can't use my headphones wirelessly because I'm still using the wires in freaking 2020.
Yeah.
I think that's why they implemented the mic into the controller, just to be like, hey, you can still implement and use your headset to listen, but you're gonna have to talk through the PS5.
I can't wait to hear someone's like fucking dog barking and a Hispanic mom cooking dinner.
Yeah, I wonder how.
Hey, what Hispanic?
How that mic actually is.
So I watched the demo of that microphone, and that microphone, it's not only a microphone that picks up whatever it is that you're doing, it has active noise canceling that is tuned to voices, so that it tunes out everything that is not a voice, and actually does a really good job at isolating the voices.
Was it a girl doing the test?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw the same video. Yeah, that video is it seems like it worked really good.
Link it to me. I haven't seen it yet.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
maybe they did learn their lesson. They were just like, we're gonna still do it, but but we're gonna give them an option.
I guess you could get away with that now, since if you can connect your Beats to your controller to listen, you could just talk to your controller.
I should try. I didn't think of that. I forgot it was a mic.
Yeah.
And so the thing is that it's tuned because Sony, the one good thing about being a multi-million-dollar corporation is that you can throw a lot of money into R&D, but I would love if it works really well in like a natural resting position, where your controller's like on your lap or something and it can still pick you up. That is fucking incredible. And even though it's not gonna sound perfect, I am gonna give them huge props for that, because that is an option that you want to give your consumer base to be able to communicate an online game, especially if your focus is to give a good online gaming experience. You want to think about that shit. And that is what I like about everything that I've been reading about the PS5. I feel like they are very consistently looking at the use cases for a PS5 and doing their best to accommodate each individual use case.
Yeah. Especially with you heard about the 3D audio thing where you can take a picture of your ear and send it to them so they can like understand how the 3D audio works for your ear specifically.
Yeah, they like scan the
people options. Yeah. It's weird.
It's fucking cool. Yeah. There are some headphone companies that do that, and it's just to understand the acoustics of how bounce goes into your ears. It's fucking cool. That's fucking cool.
All right, Devin or Jordan, would you recommend someone to do a PS5 now?
Most
Or-
definitely.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, there's enough games for you to get now and be pretty satisfied. I mean, it's kind of limited. I mean, I won't go into Spider-Man right now because that we're doing a spoiler cast for it. But Demon Souls is truly, I feel like, a next gen game. From like definitely with like visuals and then like gameplay wise, Bluepoint did an amazing job with the remake. Audio, I mean, the audio sounds amazing. And then just the overall like interface, like update and stuff like that. But like, and then I mean with the Cold War, and then definitely just to try out the new controller. Yeah, definitely.
For
Rocket, invite me
anybody-
over to your place. Sorry, go ahead, Devin.
I was about to say, for anybody that is scared of like the first wave consoles breaking or anything, I get it, but I don't think that'll happen with these new gen consoles and just the way that everything's been going. It's get it now while you can and enjoy the experience before it's kind of just not just that experience anymore.
I think what happened with that was like ever since the Red Ring of Death happened, people have kind of just been waiting around for another like complete disaster. And I think they've kind of like, it seems like manufacturers have kind of like tried to foolproof. I mean, there's obviously going to be some defects with the first batch, but like I think there's not going to be that kind of disaster anymore. They're
No,
probably
that was abnormal. That was really abnormal for 360. That's usually never happens. You know?
yeah.
I
That
never
almost
got
killed their
a
company.
I only got a Red Ring of Death once, and I owned 3 versions of the 360.
Dude, I got it like 7 times, mate. 360 still worked. I just stopped playing it and let it rest.
I
Yeah,
But I
had
got
Yeah,
it
that's
multiple
pretty much it.
times. You know?
I had a 360 Slim. It was the black edition, and I got it after. This is me being early high school. I got grounded, so my mom took it, and it was gone for like she had it for like a couple months. And
Oh,
when
damn,
I
what
got
did
it
you
back
do?
and I plugged it in to start using it, it immediately red ringed, and then that was it. Like couldn't do anything.
That's funny because
Huh.
mine still worked out multiple times. I just turned it off and turned it back on. It was like perfect.
Yeah, wasn't it like a cooling thing?
It
What's
yeah,
the-
it totally
Some things were, yeah. Was like
it totally depended on your 360 hardware. The chip, the heatsink chip that Microsoft used at the time had a very specific cooling gel that when it passed a certain threshold, it would melt and then it would slide off the chip and it would stop cooling your console.
Yeah.
And that was like at least the
was
original.
And then they
Pro
started
chip,
like
so-
selling fans you can attach to it and shit. I remember that
Yeah.
too.
Do you remember the hard drive? The
Oh, yeah, I
like
remember that.
250 hard drive. You could pop off the fucking top of it.
Yeah,
I
the top of
missed
the
that.
fucking Xbox.
So
The
much.
extra hard drive. It didn't come with wireless, so you had to buy a wireless adapter.
Yeah, I remember that too.
If you got the basic
I had a
version,
memory stick for months too.
it didn't come with the wireless controller. You have to get it with the wired controller.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first for the next topic. So
Yeah.
are we all clear on PS5 here? You guys like
Yeah.
it? Dislike it?
Oh.
Absolutely.
Big love for it. Big love.
Yeah, if you get your fucking hands on it. Actually, I want to before we switch topics here, I do want to say like my boss was talking to me today, and he said he said that GameStop apparently is going to have at least at minimum 2 PS5s at every store. At
Oh,
least.
just bad cuss me out because I have one.
And fucking, he said he's going to go like wait outside of GameStop on Black Friday at like 4 a.m. and try to get it. So
Oh, dude.
they are fucking scarce. And if you can get one, I applaud you.
He has to go before Black Friday. A lot of Black Friday places start up on Thursday now. He got to go like don't go to Thanksgiving dinner.
He's gotta camp out here like next
exactly,
Monday.
Devin. Don't go.
He's gotta go
Thanksgiving.
next
I told him
Monday.
to bring a 3-feet shield and a shotgun, and he'll get one.
Yeah. So I was going to the next topic. I think Jordan mentioned what games do you want remade or sequels?
And I think Colin had a big list, so I'll let him
Yeah.
bus his load first.
Dude, all right, bro. So I've
You can
been
go to- yeah, go ahead.
I've been screaming this for months now, as loud as I can from the rooftops. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic needs a refresh. It needs something. I don't care if it's a remake. I don't care if it's a revive. Like, because there's 2 games, you can easily remake them, or you can combine them into just one big experience. it had a weird D20 system. You could keep it, or you could get rid of it, or you can just make it something simple like a first person or third person like action game. And I think it'd sell really well, and it's something very different than what the hell Star Wars is doing right now.
It has a fan base, has a following. That's a lot of people. That's a fan favorite there. The KOTOR games.
Yeah, they will make a lot of money if they just port that over, just because of the following.
Like, yeah, even just a port would be fine. I mean,
how long does EA have? How long have they have left on that contract?
I'm not sure. I do know in recent news there's already plans for a Fallen Order 2, but they have announced a new Star Wars game. They haven't said anything about what it is. All that they say is that it's going to be a new IP. Now, I know KOTOR isn't a new IP, but it is for EA. So they could definitely revive it. I don't want to get my hopes up too much about it.
You probably should not.
Yeah, but they're really happy with the way Squadrons did. But they know that Squadrons is kind of a niche game. Not a lot of people are going to play a flight sim. People are also speculating that it could be Battlefront 3, but I highly doubt that. That's just
Please do ground. If they're going to do Battlefront 3, I want fucking ground to air combat.
to space.
Please,
yeah.
just give me that. I'd buy it. I don't
Dude, Battlefront 2, when everything was fixed and they gave you all that DLC, was fun for the time I played.
Yeah,
I
still play it. I still play it to this day. I mean, it's good. I play co-op a lot, but I mean, I think
gorgeous looking too. By the way,
yeah, it's DICE. They make good games.
And I have a lot of Star Wars ones, just because I feel like Star Wars hasn't been getting a lot of love in video games. I know they came out with Fallen Order. Battlefront has a bad rep just because EA-ified it.
Yeah.
We haven't had any solid like Star Wars MMOs, online MMO. There is a
I don't think we need them.
MMO.
Yeah, I don't think we need them.
Staying back in like the early 2000s, because it seems like there was a buttload of those early 2000s, and they've kind of died off throughout the years.
Because we're in a game of service times now, so they will most likely become a game of service if they do that.
Well, they still have the Old Republic one. Like they still have an Old Republic MMO or whatever. It's not horribly popular. It has gained popularity just because they just released it on Steam. So there is a little bit of a boost now.
I have Colin. I don't mean to. Sorry, Tay. Go ahead. I feel like we're always trying to talk over each other.
It's like me and you all the time.
Lags, and then we end up.
No, just a quick bit. If that new IP it might be a quote unquote KOTOR remake, but it's gonna be a game of service type of deal, not MMO. I can see that.
No, I'm not asking for an MMO. I do not want an MMO. But I mean, I don't know. Well, what was Bryan gonna say? I know Bryan was gonna say something.
I was gonna say I misunderstood you, and I saw that you said that you wanted an MMO, and I was gonna say that I don't think that we need an MMO.
No, I don't want one. I think Old Republic, the MMO of itself, from what I've played and what I know of it, could either use a refresh. Pod Racers had a port that recently came to PS4 and Switch and stuff. It's really good. It's really good, but all it is an HD upscale. I want a pod racer game where you can customize your pods, you can make your own player, you've got stats,
Could you imagine pod racing like remastered or something?
There's online games you could do online. There's pre's, there's tournaments, there's free racing. I mean, I feel like there's a good market there. Star Wars, me personally, has a lot of fucking potential in video games, and they're not doing anything with it.
I'm actually I don't want to disagree with you, but I also don't want to agree. I'm fucking tired of Star Wars shit. Just because we've seen every story has to be surrounded like a Jedi. If we do get a Star Wars thing, I want it to be like pod racing, like you said.
I don't want Jedi story. They did have a 1313 game that was canceled, and it was supposed to be a bounty hunter game, and that would have been awesome, but it got canceled.
Dude, they can make a Mandalorian game right now, and they could fucking cash out on that.
Just make a God of War clone. Just customize your armor and all that stuff. I'm down for that.
Yeah, just change your weapons, customize your armor.
They could easily. I mean, I don't want to blow my wad a little bit too soon, but I feel like in the future they're definitely gonna do like a Mandalorian type ass maybe a third person shooter or something.
Even if they do a crappy tie-in or something.
I actually really miss where we talked a lot about games like that. What happened?
Tay was good. Tay was good.
It happens every time. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that I actually miss the movie tie-in games that used to be really popular back in the original Xbox 360 days.
Yeah.
I don't miss them because they were great. I miss them because they were straightforward, and you would play them, you would beat them, and then you would fucking throw it on the shelf and never look at it again.
But what
like-
sucks about those games, they're never canon. They're just there.
Yeah. They just,
Like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was the actually technically in the video game.
Mm-hmm.
It took place after the first movie, but you never saw it.
I
Same
fucking
with,
love those games.
Incredibles video game. The Underminder was in the sequel.
yeah.
That was the
we used
sequel.
that game.
Yeah. And
You know what I would actually, just to answer the question, I would love to see, this is not a remake of any game, but I would love to see the Spider-Man trilogy revisited, the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy, revisited in a game by Insomniac. That would be incredible. If we got a Spider-Man in that universe,
Activision owns up.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I would fucking kill to see Tobey Maguire swing like Insomniac, like this fucking bootleg Tom Holland Spider-Man does in the Insomniac games. It's just so fucking cool.
Is that what you want for a remake? Really?
No. That's not what I want. I've just thought about it now, and I'm like, I want to see that. I want to see that.
That's what you want to see. So you want to see like a reimagining of
Yeah.
with just Tobey Maguire. Which I mean, current Spider-Man now is kind of like in that realm of like that's where it's taking place. He's like, actually no, Tobey Maguire just looks 23, or he is 23, but he's supposed to be in high school. That's why I'm getting my wires confused, because in Spider-Man in PS4, he is 23, and it is thinking. I was like, why am I thinking this?
Colin, I can see pod racing and be like a Switch exclusive game. The kids would eat that up. I can see that.
I feel like
happening.
it'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's true.
I just feel like it's just like, I mean, you could just kind of milk it with like, oh, customize parts, make different parts, change the paint job, different characters, different outfits, some dumb shit like that. And then each race you save up money and you can spend money on parts or do races with online friends. That was my disappointment with the new Pod Racers port, was that the original Pod Racers on N60, it came out on N64 originally, but when they ported it to PC eventually, it had online, but this one doesn't for some reason, and I'm just kind of disappointed.
Probably because Nintendo Online.
Well, I have it on PS4 and Switch, and it's both of them.
Yeah, last time I played it was like me, you, Byron, and Z was playing on her 64.
Oh yeah, she had the N64. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
that's my favorite N64 game.
Yeah, I can see a remaster of it, with like next gen graphics and shit like that. Because I mean,
There has been some like fan made stuff I've seen in like Unreal 4 and
it's always Unreal 4. They're always like, what
But
if
like-
Dragon Ball Z looked in Unreal 4?
Yeah, but it's like they're
So
never
ugly.
like. It's just something to gawk at. It's like nothing fully released, and it's just something that like it gets my hopes up, and then I'm like, I'm never gonna get this pod racing game.
Jordan, what would you like to see remake or sequels or whatever?
Boy, I was waiting for it so I can fucking let me.
Wait, hold on. I know where you got this topic from. That picture I sent you this weekend.
What picture?
The Turok picture.
You
Is
know
that
what?
you got the idea from?
That's a good fucking point. That's a good point.
Turok,
I
man.
didn't get the idea from that, but that is a good fucking point. I want to see a goddamn Turok Evolution get remastered.
They had Turok on PS3, didn't they?
It sucked. It's a remake. It was
Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah, I don't
There's
want
a
that. I
remake
want a remaster of Evolution.
You want an OG Turok?
Oh my
It's not
God,
even
that's a-
the second Turok, but I want that Turok because I played that Turok like fucking nonstop. But can we please?
Just do the whole trilogy remake, whole trilogy remaster.
He's about to say Dragon Ball Z.
Can we get a Raging Blast 3? Please! I play that game like fucking every day for like a fucking year. Please, can we get a Raging Blast? That's all I want. I just want a Raging Blast 3.
You're a
Dude,
Raging
my-
Blast fan. I'm a Tenkaichi fan.
Dude, same.
Or
I
Tenkaichi.
like Tenkaichi.
Get back to fucking basics.
Yeah.
Can we just get a
A good.
Can we please get it from
Fighter.
this RPG mess? I'm
yeah? Can
so
we get
sick
away
of
from
it.
the Lock-on system? Or
Dude,
just
that killed Kakarot for me. Was the RPG shit. I was like, I have to sit through this just to get to the cool ass fights. I hate this so much.
right.
What killed Tenkaichi was Ultimate Tenkaichi, that
I
whole
remember that, Devin.
Ultimate
It was
Tenkaichi,
gorgeous too.
it was gorgeous, but the gameplay was so bad.
It was rock paper scissors. The game.
Ruined it. You ruined it. Battle of Z. Ever since they did that shit.
It was
Yeah,
a trend.
Burst Limit was the last Dragon Ball Z game that wasn't a Tenkaichi or a Raging Blast of any kind that was like really fucking fun to play. Burst
Yeah, I
Limit was
played Burst
incredible.
I think
I'm
Raging Blast 2 was like the last one of that generation, where of that like what is it, like a beat 'em up style?
Yeah, beat 'em up.
Beat 'em up title.
Yeah.
Raging Blast a beat 'em up?
Yeah.
You can consider, it wasn't no like traditional fighters, but it was
Because that was I would call it a 3D arena. No, it's not a 3D arena fighter.
No, that's more Tekken, Dead or Alive, and Soul Calibur.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about games like Boku no Hero and fucking Naruto Shippuden.
Come on, Storm 3 was pretty good, or Storm
Sto-
4.
No, I'm talking about,
The Storm series was
Mario
incredible.
Academia's game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Tay.
and
It's really bad.
story-wise, the story-wise, yeah, they're fantastic. The cinematic
Storm,
was awesome.
Naruto Ninja Storm was the first Ninja Storm, and they were little shitlins. That was my fucking favorite Naruto Storm game.
Yeah,
The animation was incredible. The cutscenes were incredible.
clashing. Oh my god.
It was so.
Yeah.
It
Hold
was
on.
so good.
So there is a Naruto game that was on PS3 that like went completely underneath the radar, and I think it's because it was also partially RPG, but it wasn't bad because it was like its own. No, it wasn't even its own original story. It was like you.
Oh yeah, Shinobi Strikers.
Oh wait, there was
I forgot. all
there
about
was
it.
a Naruto game I had for PS3. I can't remember which one.
Yeah. Well,
Pretty
Naruto
sure mine was a
Storm
fighter,
was
though.
PS3. Naruto Storm was PS3. Naruto Ultimate Ninja.
Storm. Yeah, the original Storm was a PS3 exclusive. Then 2
Yeah.
came out.
Naruto Ultimate Ninja, I
think.
think they were PS2, but I think one of them made it to PS3. I'm not sure about that. There was a Naruto game that was an RPG on PS2 called Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles, and that shit was incredible.
I remember when it first came
Yeah.
out. I had a magazine of that. Yeah.
That was the first time that I used the Rasengan in a video game, and I felt like a big dick mystic. It was incredible.
The best.
Can you say that again?
Rasengan?
Yeah. I get you
The
rolled
best
on that.
Naruto games, in my opinion, was the original Ultimate Ninja games before it became Storm. You guys play
They
those,
were-
the 2D ones?
Yeah, I love
played
them.
one. I played one.
They were competitive
2 and
messes.
3 is fantastic.
They were completely broken, but if I had Kakashi or Sasuke and I Sharingan'd you, I would fucking wreck your shit. It was so good.
Yeah, because on the PS2 you get to they shake it up, like shake
Yeah.
the analog stick or something. Or
And
if you guys play the what is it for 360 or 360 exclusive?
There was there were a couple of
Naruto.
360 inclusives. There was a Wii one called the Clash of Ninja.
I remember those.
There was a
Yeah,
a 360 one called Naruto: The Broken Bonds, and there
The
was
one
another
before that
360
one.
one. I don't
Yeah.
remember the name of that one, but the one that was before Broken Bonds and Broken Bonds were my favorite 360 versions of any Naruto game. They were fucking incredible.
They were open world. Yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah.
The last
I-
Ultimate Naruto or Ninja Storm game for Naruto was pretty good in
It
terms of
was.
like the story and game mechanics. My favorite though was I think Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, just because they didn't refine everything in that game. So there was a lot of broken things you could do.
Itachi was broken.
No, Hbo was extremely broken because they had
He was my main too. Was he really?
Yeah, because they had chakra
Yeah.
canceling. You could cancel your combos to extend it. And the way that it worked was it would take a portion of your chakra. So you couldn't use jutsu. And then if you kept doing it, it would just limit your chakra bar. But there was no limit on how you could do it. So eventually your chakra bar was just stagnant small, but you could keep doing the combo. I had a video of playing a team battle, fought somebody, and they called out their support. I'm whooping him and his support the entire time, and like they couldn't go away to recharge. And it was his health bar just went from full to empty.
I hated that other bar they added. What is it? Doing generations, they added that second bar. I hated that mechanic.
Oh yeah. Or
Yeah,
the substitution bar.
I
That's
hated
they
that.
made it easier to substitute because it didn't shake chakra.
It made it harder for me.
It was one button.
Yes, I hated it because when you lose it, it took like 5 minutes to come back.
Yeah, they made
That's
it. They
right.
made it a resource that you had to mind game people into using
Mind
it.
games. Yeah, that's what they did. Which I get it, but I didn't like it.
The one thing
Yeah.
that I will applaud all of those games for is their story mode and their cinematics are fucking incredible.
Mhm.
Storm games. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. The one thing that I don't know why the fuck they did this move, but Naruto Storm 1 had like super open world stages, gorgeous animations, amazing cutscenes for the special, and then they dialed everything back down when it became to all of the other Ninja Storms, and I'm so
platform,
pissed about
yeah.
it. Still pissed
Yeah,
about it.
because they took away clashing because of online technical difficulties. It will lag a lot if they did clashing online.
Yeah.
That's why they took it away. The open world, I don't know why. I guess more resources to get into.
Yeah, I just wanted the cinematic aesthetic of Naruto Ninja Storm on the other games.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You felt the grind. It's like, yeah. You got
It
any more
was just
games,
powerful.
Jordan? You want to see your remake?
I
Yeah, we
do.
kinda
I'm
took
trying
that
to
away
think
from
of
you.
it. Because there's two games I always talk about that I want fucking remade or get a sequel to. And one is Raging Blast, but I'm blanking on the other one.
Godzilla.
But Turok. Oh, dude, we haven't fucking had a Godzilla or Fighter Arena in
No.
22 years.
What
The
was that
last
Godzilla
one.
game that came out on the DS where it was similar to the
Godzilla's Unleashed?
Transformers? I think so. It was similar to the
On the
Transformers
DS?
game. Yeah.
Dude, Godzilla's the GameCube one is my favorite one. I forget which one. Godzilla.
Save the Earth. Still the
Godzilla.
best Godzilla.
Is
Destroy
Domination or I think it's Destroy Monsters. Yeah,
Just destroy a monster.
because Domination is the Game Boy Advance version, and I like that version too. That's a really good game.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta pee really badly, so the next person
Save the
to
Earth is a
ask better
sequel
not
to
be
that
me.
game.
To which one? The Destroy Monsters.
Yeah, Save the Earth has like it just feels better in a bigger roster, and it added clashing too.
Okay.
Yeah.
One game I do want to add though, it's not really a remake, but more of like a revive. I would like to see a WarioWare come back for the Switch or something. I feel like the Switch is
Yeah.
a good platform for it, especially with gyro controls, touchscreen, and stuff. I feel like Wario would be right at home there, man. I miss those games.
I played Wario. Is it Wario World?
He does have a platforming story, a
30
game
game?
series too. Yeah.
I played it as a kid. Like,
'Cause
he
he
had
had-
suck up coins.
Yeah, he's got Wario Land. I think he's got Wario World, and then WarioWare Inc. is the party, the quick games thing, which I actually is the only game that I play on my Game Boy Advance right now is WarioWare.
Okay. All right, Devin, you have any?
Yeah.
I want to see a sequel to Infamous Second Son.
Yes.
Me too. Yes,
I
by
re-
far.
I want
I
them
want-
to
That's
I want-
got to be. That's got to be in production.
I don't think so.
I want more
I'll-
powers, dude. I want more powers.
Ghost of Tsushima kind of killed that trend. Sadly, I prefer hot take. I prefer Infamous Second Son over Ghost of Tsushima, even though I think Ghost of Tsushima is a better, well-made game. But I think I prefer Infamous series.
I
compared
prefer.
to-
I
you know what
prefer-
game? You know what game I would like to see a sequel to? Fucking Prototype 3.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yes.
Yes, dude. I was such a fucking.
Infamous clone out of here.
It was
It's
infamous.
clone.
It was an infamous. Yeah, it is an infamous clone, but it's a
No,
good
Prototype
infamous
is the
clone.
It
blueprint.
came out months apart.
It's a
It came out months
blueprint.
apart,
It was
too.
the blueprint.
Yeah.
I-
What sequel you want? Or is it Infamous? That's what you want.
Infamous. I don't know if you guys know this. This game. It was back from PS1. It's kind of like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. It's called Croc.
Dude,
Oh, yeah, I remember
Croc,
Croc.
I love Croc. I would love a remake of
Dude.
Croc.
Hang on, let me check my shelf.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Your camera's been like lagging this entire time, so I don't know if it'll show up. But I loved playing Croc as a kid. Just the whole story of an abandoned
I
crocodile.
got it. Boom. PS1.
Man, I loved that game. Yeah, I would love a Croc remake.
They made two of them.
The only thing is, the games I've ever wanted remade or redone are all either not coming out on there is no remakes coming out of them, or they already have sequels. Like
Yeah.
Final Fantasy was already the remake I've always wanted, and then we got
Fucking
that.
same.
That. Yeah.
Hey, I'm actually gonna speak for Tay on this one because I know he's been shouting this. Spyro needs to come back.
Oh
Who?
yeah,
I think Spyro needs a new game.
Oh, he already got it. Oh, that was actually my dream game of all time, and it happened. But I want a sequel to 4. I want 4.
Yeah, I would like a fourth one.
Yeah.
The Reunited trilogy is really fun.
I had a Game Boy Spyro game.
Fire and Ice. What is it?
I don't think it was Fire and Ice. It was something versus
Somebody Crash crossover they did. The Crash and him did a crossover. Like Crash went to Spyro's world and Spyro went to Crash's world.
No, it was a Spyro game where you were teleporting or had to go through wormholes through different
Were you talking about the reboot of Spyro?
Maybe hold on.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name of it.
There's
Legend of Spyro.
Season of Ice, Attack of the Rhinox.
Attack of the Rhinox, that's the one that I played.
Yeah, and then there's Crash Bandicoot Purple, Ripto's Rage.
Yeah, I remember those two games.
Yeah.
You got any more remakes you want? Or sequels?
Nah, not really. If anything, I'll play the original, and if not, then it's most likely already getting a remake if I've wanted it.
Yeah, or something is good enough for me at least right now.
Yeah.
For me, I want a Siphon Trilogy remake by Bluepoint. Get on with that.
Which one?
This is trilogy, Siphon Trilogy, the PS1 trilogy, Siphon Filter. Those games. They basically like PlayStation's version of Metal Gear, kind of a sense. Legend of Dragoon remake.
Ooh.
I played this. This is the first RPG I ever played, JRPG I ever played, and I love how they remake. Sequels, from Second Son was one of them. Spyro 4. Sonic Mania 2. Let's go, baby. 2021. Come on. Let's do
Is that coming out?
In the year.
So me and Tay are on different standpoints on this. I would love another Sonic Generations type game.
You got it already, and it was garbage.
You got
it already, and it was garbage.
I don't consider that.
You got it already, and it was garbage.
So yeah, Tay's a big fan of 2D Sonic, and I love 2D Sonic, but I love 3D Sonic games. Like, they've been asked, but my two favorite are Sonic Generations and Sonic 06. I don't care how glitchy it was.
Sonic 06 remake, let's go!
Sonic 06 remake would be amazing.
Sonic 20.
Yeah, 2026.
Like, Tay, you can't say that Brian Sonic 06 was bad.
Sonic 06 was horrible.
It's time travel. Brian, Sega's the type of company that sees something successful and don't do nothing with it at all.
Yeah.
So if I say for Sonic Mania sequel, it won't happen. So I am not pitting all my.
So does that
if they kill Sonic, bring back Rystar.
Hey, get him a sequel or a remake.
Yeah.
Alex Kidd is. Ninja Gaiden 4. That's my number one right there. Oh my god, yeah, Ninja Gaiden 4.
See, I
was actually
the Ninja Gaiden characters is more in the line of Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive series.
Yeah. Than it is with Ninja Gaiden. Like I know they're from Ninja Gaiden, but man, Dead or Alive Dead or Alive in terms of a fighting game is one of my favorites.
Dead or Alive 4 was my favorite. The Drunken Master was the shit. Love that. I haven't told you mine. The remake that I wanted the most was Final Fantasy VII, and it happened. It was a gorgeous experience, and I'm waiting very hard for the rest of it. And
that was like a lot about it.
The way they
managed
it
a lot of people that was like they're like banking on that remake.
Ah, dude, it was so good. It was so good.
It needed to happen, but he did it. That was a PS3 demo. The experience that show is quality.
Yeah, that was a PS3 tech demo.
And it actually made it to a full game. Tech demo, yeah. Tech demo.
And so I waited like 10 years or like something like almost 13 years for a Final Fantasy VII remake. And
what's up with the Spyro? Like funny happened.
Then they announced it, and then they had to scrap the whole project, and we had to wait another 2 years, and then we finally got it.
It was fucking wild. The development cycle for that remake was insane. And I like all of the changes that they did to the timeline and the possible story. I am super psyched about. And I can't
really say spoilers anymore. I'm happy that Zack is alive in a different timeline.
Me too.
Because I would say I would want a Final Fantasy.
Is that PSP game canon?
Crisis Core. Yeah, it's set right before 7. I love it. It's my favorite Final Fantasy 7 game. but now I don't need a remake of it because we're doing something completely different with the new Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, and I really love that Zack is alive because he's one of my favorite characters. Crisis Core was my favorite Final Fantasy game after Final Fantasy VII forever. I loved Crisis Core. That shit was incredible.
Was it Vincent? No, that's the one with Vincent, is it? What's the one with Vincent?
Vincent is in 7, but Vincent was Final Fantasy 12 Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah, I never played that.
Fucking incredible. Fucking incredible. It was not good, technically. But the fucking, like, being Vincent with a 3-barreled gun, walking around emo ass with your vampire capes, like, love it. Love it. It's amazing.
Kiss.
Yeah.
We need that in the emote in the fucking
little chef kiss
in the chat. Yeah, the fucking chef kiss.
But actually, instead of the one that I was gonna say, because I got my dream remake, which is Final Fantasy VII. The next remake that I want is not a sequel to Ninja Gaiden 4, but I want an entirely remade Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, and then a sequel to Ninja Gaiden. Yes. Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 are incredible, but
Dude, 2 is a fantastic freaking game.
It is gorgeous, but the mechanics of those games are dated in a very frustrating way in terms of how they control, and I would like to see that readdressed. Those are my next like dream remake, like Ninja Gaiden 1 for the original Xbox, I think it was. Just make that shit from scratch, and it would be. I would fucking throw my wallet at the GameStop guy. Just like fucking give it to me.
Ninja Gaiden 2 had a lot of frame issues, but it was still fun. But
Ninja Gaiden 2 is my favorite.
Yeah, mine's too. Like, it's so good.
Yeah. For the latest Ninja Gaiden game, did they keep the incredibly hard difficulty?
Yeah, Razor's Edge was a Wii U exclusive, which was super stupid on their part. It was a bland version of 2.
Right.
Then Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge was the better version of the third game.
Okay, because I know that
it's like Daniel and then the cooler Daniel.
Yeah. So in Ninja Gaiden 3, the original Ninja Gaiden 3, you couldn't like cut off the arms. There's barely any blood and all that stuff. Yeah. And 3 just said, "Know what?" Razor's Edge said, "Know what? Here's a better version." Or nice. If you're a PlayStation user, if you play the Sigma games, they're like those games, but with more stuff in them. So you can play as a female character like Ayana and what's the name? Kazumi,
Ayane, Hayate, Hayabusa.
You play those. That's a Vita exclusive and PS3 exclusive. I have it on Vita.
Nice. And, you still have a PS Vita, Tay?
Yeah, it's in my closet right now.
He's using it as like to balance his fucking table right now.
I fucking love the PS Vita.
Yeah.
The Vita was all right. It was just that you'd have to have like enough knowledge and want to play a Japanese marketed game to actually play Vita, because that's what the Vita was Japanese marketed games.
A JRPG indie machine. That's all.
Yeah. I loved it. Yeah. That's where I played Persona 4 Golden for the first time, and that's what hooked me into the series.
Me too. See your culture, not these PC gamers here. Your culture.
I don't like how I'm getting attacked now.
PC
that is probably the next game I'll play on my PS5 is Persona 5.
The Persona 5 is incredible.
Because I
didn't play Persona 5?
I didn't play it on the PS4 just because I was like, I got other.
You played on PS3, didn't you? Did you play?
I played it on PS3. That's how I first played it.
I played Persona 4 on PS3, and I played Persona 2. I didn't play Persona 1.
I still
Persona
have.
5, I wanted to, I just didn't.
Oh! I just remember my other game. Can we get a fucking Cyber Sleuth 3?
No.
Or like an actual Cyber Sleuth 2?
No.
What do you mean, no, Bryan?
I played Cyber Sleuth. I downloaded it. I pirated it to try it out before I bought it.
There's your issue right there.
It's demonstrably fine. It is fine.
Fine.
It is fine.
Yeah, define fine.
It is.
Do you use fine as in a sense of amazing and wonderful?
No, it's great to you guys because you're Digimon nerds.
Hey,
because it's a great game overall.
If you don't know Digimon, why are you even talking about it?
It's such a I like Digimon, but the mechanics were so, at least the first hour, the mechanics were so bare bones that I just got frustrated. I got frustrated with it. I may try it again, but I got fucking pissed at it because I was maybe I didn't get it. I didn't get what was happening, but I was trying to capture a stupid little like pink puff like bootleg Jigglypuff ass, and it like wouldn't. It was fucking weird. It was
Okay,
fucking
all
weird.
right. When you kill Bryan, when you kill God, you come back to me and then you tell me your opinion on the game. So
Anyway.
you're down here catching pink puffs. You got to kill God. Why is every RPG? Why is every JRPG into killing God? What is a Japanese god against God?
Because their terminology of God is a lot different than ours. Their terminology of God is more like nature. Everything can be a god if it's praised enough.
They're gonna kill God. They're gonna kill nature. Global warming.
This technique already happened, but I kind of want another full-fledged remake of Pokemon Fire Red or something with Kanto. I know they kind of did it already with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Nah, but not the same.
I want something different.
I kind of want them to stop just making Pokemon in a sense of just I love Pokemon. I have fucking basically all of them except Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, and I enjoy playing Pokemon. But since I was a kid back when there was only 4 regions, I wanted one big Pokemon game where you just go through each region and
I would
play
fucking
out a
love
story
that.
way.
And they can do that for the Switch.
For years. And
do that for the Switch, like in the Breath of the
You're
Wild
not gonna
engine.
get a Pokemon game in Unreal Engine 4. I'm sorry. I know you want it, but you're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get it.
I am cool
You're
with
never gonna get it.
in the way that they have it for that for Pokemon. I'm cool with that.
I wanted
that super big long Pokemon game.
I wanted on the Breath of the Wild engine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
this
Breath of
like
the
a
Wild. Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild with Pokeballs. That's it. That's all you need to do. And
But
it's
Game
done.
Freak would never fucking do some shit.
People, no, like Jordan, people have been demanding this for years, and they won't do it. They won't do it for some reason.
I've seen so many fan arts of that concept over and over. And I'm
cool.
like,
You see like a
it looks cool as shit, but you'll never get it. They will never fucking do
One
it.
day when we're 40 and we're sitting in like our fucking couches, they're gonna announce it, and we haven't talked for like a year and a half, and we're gonna call each other and just be like, "Did you fucking see that shit?"
They did it. Dude, I go hello, and then I just hear like Brian's ruffled voice. Like, they did it. They did it, Jordan.
Episode 1002 or something. We come back.
The immersion.
Fucking that's gonna come out. Raging Blast 3 will come out. Yu-Gi-Oh! VR will finally be out
Dude,
by then.
I would
They
fucking
have it in
kill.
Japan.
I would fucking kill the precedent for a Yu-Gi-Oh! VR game.
Oh God.
I would
Jesus
fucking.
Christ.
I would throw hands with Biden right the fuck now if I get a Yu-Gi-Oh! VR.
You'll kill the
Yeah,
man.
I would too. I'd be your vice president on that whoop ass.
You don't even gotta do all that. You can just go to Japan and do it.
No,
Just sneak
no.
up on them.
I want a fucking. This is the concept. I want a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Game with a Persona 5 menu aesthetic, where the menu of the game is completely immersive to the context of the duel. I want your card selection to be you holding 5 cards and Yugi's fucking hand pointing at them. I want the whole fucking VR thing. I wanted everything. You can do it. The tools are there. It is not a complicated Yu-Gi-Oh! Game
my
to
God.
make.
Dude, they could make so much fucking money.
Dude,
I would be their I'd be their cash cow, man. I'd be their fucking well.
So I would buy everything they make for that game. All the cards, all the package. If I can put on a fucking Oculus ass headset.
And that could be fucking Joey going, the gabagoo. And that could be Joey just doing that for 5 minutes. I'd be happy.
And I want it to be open world Battle City tournament style, where
Oh
everyone
my
walking
God,
around
yes.
is someone that you can challenge. I want that shit, and they can do it. They can suck my dick if they say that they can't do it. The
Why
tools
is
are
fucking
there.
Konami not cashing out on this?
I think the problem is more of like there's like 1,000 cards. There's a lot of animation.
Yeah.
There.
No,
There's a very lot of animation.
Hey! How many Pokemon have we fucking got, mate?
Yeah, but when they attack, it's usually the same attack animation.
Do it. We have
Listen,
we have
I'm
pers-
down.
The issue,
like-
no, Tay, the issue is it's not. It's just their Yu-Gi-Oh games are never AAA. They're always just like maybe an A.
Well, Japanese games budgets are always for like less than hours. They're using like huge like, hours.
They could easily do it if it was AA. If it was a AA game, they could do that. But they
Like
won't.
getting like GTA 5 money.
the
I would legit buy the game in a heartbeat. A Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah.
game.
Dude,
I mean, as long as I can ride my motorcycle while dueling, I'm good.
Devin, can you imagine?
That'd be the sequel. That'd be the
speed
sequel.
dueling? Oh my god!
Bro,
Use Angel Baton, use for 2 speed counters, and draw 3 cards. Let's go.
All right, guys, before we wrap up, I did want to cover one last thing, and that is the Game Award nominees are out. They're out, baby. And I kind of want to do just like, I just want to see what you guys are going to be throwing out there. So we have like it's a bit of weird year. There's still a lot of good games come out, but it's another kind of weird year. So, Game of the Year nominees. We have Doom Eternal.
Fuck that.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Maybe.
Ghost of Tsushima. Hades. Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Fuck that.
And The Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us Part 2 for me.
Same.
Final Fantasy VII remake for me.
I don't give a shit.
See, Devin, I don't think Final Fantasy is not even in the first thought of that. No, not saying it's a bad game.
No way.
No.
I don't think it's gonna win at all.
For me personally, it would be Final Fantasy remake just because.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it'll go to Last of Us 2 just because how many people love that series already, and
I think it's just because it's the only serious story out of all of these games.
I don't actually think so, because Final Fantasy VII is quite a dramatic fucking story. I just think that Final Fantasy VII is not gonna get it because the most impressive thing about Final Fantasy VII is the fidelity of the visuals. Final Fantasy VII looks gorgeous, but The Last of Us...
Has a remake ever won a Game of the Year?
I don't think so. I don't think we've had very many remakes.
I think it was close last year. I think a remake almost won it.
I can't recall. I'm just saying because more like, while Final Fantasy VII is a great game, the remake, it's like I don't think it's in the realm of Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Actually go ahead.
It's a great game, but I don't think it's meant to be a Game of the Year material type of game.
If I look through like how my Twitter feed was when it came to gaming for Game of the Year, Final Fantasy is already somewhat of a niche market of gaming. You already have to like really like the Final Fantasy series to really want to jump into it.
That's true.
So I only saw a select amount of people really talking about the remake for Final Fantasy VII. And then again, I would see more of it because I was looking it up. But even when I wasn't looking it up, Ghost of Tsushima was everywhere because everybody was running around with their swords. And Last of Us 2 was a big thing because Last of Us 1 was already a phenomenal game when it came out. So everybody getting their second game in the story was already everybody talking about that. But again, Final Fantasy VII, personally, I would love to see it get Game of the Year. I'm happy it got nominated, but I see it going to Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us 2.
I know that Final Fantasy VII Remake is not going to get it because as beautiful a game as it was, it's just not Game of the Year material.
It's not Game of the Year material.
Ghost of Tsushima, the visuals were amazing, the gameplay was amazing, but the story was bland, and Jin was a fucking boring-ass character.
Yes, you're right on spot with me.
Jin got his ass beat, and he was walking with a chip on his shoulder the whole game. That's the only. It's
Jin Sakai. He's so bland. He's extremely bland. But the gameplay is there, and the gameplay is awesome. But I agree with you completely there. That's why I think Last of Us 2 wins the both departments.
Yeah, The Last of Us 2 had an amazing story, amazing visual fidelity, amazing gameplay, and it was the kind of game that like The Last of Us 2 is a work of art. It is just that. And if The Last of Us 2 doesn't win Game of the Year, then all of my expectations for any award like that are broken. Because I think The Last of Us covers everything. Sorry, go ahead.
You will see me rage. if Animal Crossing wins Game of the Year.
I'm gonna be so pissed.
Angry about that.
I like Animal Crossing, but it is just not Game of the Year material. It's just not.
Yeah, it's the most stale.
That'd be the
Game of the Year.
That saved everybody from boredom.
It did play.
Here's a like a kind of a mix up. I kind of want to know what you guys' opinion on this one. The best multiplayer game of the year. Animal Crossing New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and Valorant.
Among Us.
I think Among Us might win this.
It's Among Us.
Warzone fantastic too.
Warzone, but like
Among Us is going to win.
Yeah.
Among Us is definitely gonna win, but I think
That's
Warzone's
insane that I think Among Us is gonna beat Call of Duty.
Yeah, and the reason why
Valorant
is
should be
because
on that list.
yeah,
Among
Valorant
Us
is a bad
brought in
game.
everybody from different kind of gaming communities. You have first-person shooter streamers playing Among Us.
Yeah,
You had
Politicians.
casual streamers.
Politicians, AOC baby.
A politician came in to play Among Us. Like,
I
It
think
was
Among Us is
big.
gonna win hands down.
Yeah,
Also-
because popularity. Yeah.
Also, Colin, just I saw the video that you sent about the Yu-Gi-Oh augmented reality thing. Not enough. Not enough.
Yeah.
I want to be
No.
in the
That's what
headset.
you're
Fully
fucking getting, so
integrated.
fucking
Yeah.
sit down.
I
Carl, I
need.
want to get hurt by my life points. That's how
That's
Oh, no, ah!
like while you got the VR set on, someone behind you is just like slapping you.
now, do you want to win this
Fucking
duel?
belt waiting like.
Off the edge.
I want an inner monologue feature. Whenever you need a card to win, you click it and it like goes and you can give a whole spiel to your opponent about the heart of the cards.
Jordan, what's the next on
Dude.
the list?
Look at this piss poor thing though. Fighting games.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z is
The
gonna win.
fighting games. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but like fighting games. Grand Blue Fantasy, Mortal Kombat 11, Street Fighter 5 or Champion Edition, Under Night Birth Axe. I don't know what the fuck that is. Some anime game. And then One Punch Man. What hero nobody knows. Why is it on the list? It's been a dry fucking year for fighting.
It's just because it
As a
released.
person-
Yeah.
As a person
MK11.
that sticks in the fighting game community, it probably will go to MK. Street Fighter 5
Probably.
has been out for a while, and then with the lack of the FGC during the summer, it was Smash.
Evo.
Yeah, without Evo, it was kind of this year a lot for the fighting game community. Under Night and Birth, that's a really niche game, even for the fighting game community.
What
It
is
shows
that?
up.
What is that?
It's like a Blaze Blue game. It's an
Oh,
anime Blaze
I
Blue.
like Blue. Okay.
My favorite thing from Under Night and Birth is the screen selection or the character selection music. It's pretty nice, but that's not enough to give it Game of the Year for fighting. It most
Me
likely.
and we was in high school, senior year. Me and my friend pinned the money to get Blaze Blue, and the game sucked. I hated
2D
that game.
animated fighters, you have to. There's a lot that has to go into it to emulate
Yeah.
a good fighting.
Yeah. Dragon Ball
Fighting
Fighters is by far my like gold standard for a 2D anime fighter.
Dude, I miss like fucking we all like getting into that room, getting hyped up, and then having a crowd of people pull over us.
Watch Jordan get the smoke.
Yeah, fuck, dude. And then me pulling out that Frieza bullshit.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
That's how it was before COVID. Me and my friends would play Smash on our campus, and eventually it would just be 4 people playing Smash, and then a whole group of people just watching.
Yeah, it's fucking great. I fucking
About turned
borrowed
off
it.
Jujutsu Kaisen because they had a Smash reference in it. I was like, I'm about to turn this shit right off.
Oh,
What's
watch Jujutsu Kaisen. It is phenomenal. It's gonna be the hype anime of the season.
Nice.
Yeah. Best role playing game. This one actually might be close. We have Final Fantasy Remake. We have Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yakuza?
Yakuza. I think it's gonna be. It's either Yakuza or Final Fantasy.
It's probably the Final Fantasy.
It's probably gonna
I'm
be Final
thinking more
Fantasy.
Persona 5. Persona 5.
Well,
I think no, because Persona 5's already won its awards and moved on with its life.
Persona 5 didn't see everybody that picked up Persona 5 may not have picked up Persona 5 Royale, and the quality
Yeah.
of life changes in the game were not enough to like give it a whole new life cycle.
It really doesn't. And then it never proved that $60 price point. Either.
Yeah.
They just added a girl, right?
It added the
Yeah.
girl, and then it changed some story elements. It added better sprites and better animations in some sections, but the quality of life changes for the game did not justify the $60 price tag. If it was like a $20, $30 game, maybe, but the $60 price tag, which is a re-release of Persona 5.
What is the PS Plus collection of Persona 5? Which version is that?
That's the first version.
First version.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's on my list this year. Well, sometime when I finish these games I got right now. That and
I mean,
Bloodborne.
If you haven't played Persona 5, go with Persona 5 Royale because it is the better version, but it's like
Yeah, it's just
the difference is not staggering.
I'm getting.
I think
free
Genshin Impact might actually
the
have
free
a
version right
chance
now.
here though.
This is you doing 2 demos, the free one.
They
I'll do the
free.
one. Yeah, it's free. All right, what's next on the list?
What I'm trying to get through all like
The main fucking.
the main ones, like the ones that no one gives a shit about.
An esports match. Who is these people?
Yeah.
I never know who these guys are.
Let's see. Best score in music: Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Last of Us Part 2. I think this is gonna go to Doom.
No, this one's got to go to Final Fantasy, dude. The score for Final
Either
Fantasy is
Doom or Final
gorgeous.
Fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah, the music
Oh
in
my
Final
god, the
Fantasy
remix
was-
of the battle theme. Was so
Yeah.
nice.
It's so good. So good.
There's nothing fucking better though. Some of the best music I've ever heard in video games was Witcher 3 and Doom Eternal, or like the first Doom 2016.
Yeah, Witcher.
I still have Doom 2016 music on my phone.
It's good. It's good. But I just think that the orchestral tones of Final Fantasy VII were so beautifully composed that I think it's gonna blow Doom out of the water.
It's so good.
That makes me want to play it.
But I'll talk about Final Fantasy 15, the Leviathan boss music.
Oh my god.
Dude,
God, Jesus Christ, that was top tier. Like, I love that.
check out
like the
if-
Leviathan in the sky with crystal swords. Like, this is the most. I love
The
it.
best part of Final Fantasy 15 was the Leviathan fight.
Yeah,
and that's
I
because
agree.
I feel like that stayed more original to what Nomura wanted to do originally with versus because that was more towards the gameplay that he showed with the versus.
Yeah.
But then Square Enix is like, yeah, we need a new Final Fantasy. Turn what you work it into a new Final Fantasy game, like all the way.
Kingdom Hearts clone. Yeah.
I
Oh
fucking
my god.
I fucking loved Final Fantasy 15's combat. The story was so weak for me. But
Again, because they rushed him.
Yeah, they did
rushed
rush
him, and a lot of things that could have been fleshed out. Noctis could have been fleshed out a lot more. Instead, his party, instead of turning that into DLC that you gotta buy.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
I
then-
didn't bother with none of that DLC.
Well, it's
And
free
the
now.
fact
so.
that they made the entire overarching story of Final Fantasy 15 into a multimedia project
yeah, that was
to get
weird.
the full aspect of the story, you got to watch the movie. You got to watch
It's
both anime. You got to watch both anime. You got to play the games. You got to read a data book. Like,
What the? Who's doing all this?
A fan.
Nerds.
I didn't understand
Okay.
that blip at all. I don't remember his name or what his purpose was. The villain guy.
Now that's his name.
Uh,
It was
Arden.
so confusing. Yeah.
Arden Lucis Caleb. So Arden has been alive
Here we
for
go.
2,000 years.
I'm gonna stop you
Oh
right
my
there.
God.
I'm gonna
I
stop you
didn't buy
right
all this.
there.
I just looked at it. So Arden's been alive for
Yeah.
2,000 years. He was the original successor of the king. The crystal chose him. His brother got pissed. It was based. I don't know if you guys
Devin,
finished Naruto.
Devin. It's we're an hour in. We're an hour in. You gotta shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
At that point, I just stopped caring. When it got older, like a time skip happened. I'm like, okay.
Final Fantasy 16, I am extremely excited for. I'm not going to
wait.
go into about it because that's a whole nother video. The reason I bring that up is because Joshi P, the director of Final Fantasy 14, is directing Final Fantasy 16, and the music for Final Fantasy 14 rocks so fucking hard.
You're a
Hold on,
14
hold on.
fanboy, aren't you?
I gotta
would.
correct you, Bryan.
Yeah?
He's not directing 16. He's only being a producer.
Damn. Okay, that makes more sense.
He has put a lot of emphasis that he's not directing.
So
He's
who's
only being a
directing it?
producer.
Is it Nomura or?
No, it's not Nomura. It's
Thank God.
it's somebody who used to work underneath him before he got moved over to the 16 project.
Gotcha.
But you can see a lot of elements from 14 and the amount of work that Yoshi P has put into 14.
The face markings,
into
the culture,
16.
the combat. I mean, it looks like what a Final Fantasy 14 game would look like if it was a main entry and not an MMO.
And
If
we're all
Nomura made it, he'd be like out in like 10 more years.
yeah. I mean, Yoshi P has said if he ever got to make his own Final Fantasy game, because 14 isn't even really his.
Right.
He got thrown onto that because it was failing. He would want it to be high fantasy, and this high fantasy looking game looks phenomenal.
It does.
With the gameplay with the fight choreography that we're getting from Devil May Cry implemented to it, it's gonna be phenomenal.
I'm ready to not when that comes out.
Go. What's next, Jordan?
I was gonna say, it was like probably time to wrap it up. There's nothing really else. Huh?
You can finish the list.
You want me to finish the list? There's not really like a lot of what else we got here?
We're an hour
So
now.
we have game of the year. We have best game direction. I don't think I read this one.
What's best game
Final
direction?
Fantasy. It's a lot of the same games. Like a lot of these games are just repeating.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy VII remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life, Alex, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us
That's
Part 2.
obviously gonna go to fucking Last of Us Part 2.
No, I think it's gonna go to Tsushima.
No,
direction.
that's gonna go to Last of Us.
Game direction?
Yeah, because it's different. We never had something like that before.
No, maybe the
no,
Hades then. If they're going different.
Hades will win art style.
Yeah.
If that's what it is.
Then we have best narrative. We have 13 Sentinels.
What the fuck is that?
I've never heard of that. Final Fantasy, Ghost, Hades, Last of Us Part 2.
Dude, Last of Us is gonna walk out with a dickload of awards.
Yeah.
They probably are. Best art direction, obviously, either Hades or Ori and the
Tsushima.
Will of the Wisp. And then we also have Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy, and Last of Us Part 2.
Because Tsushima may win too. That's a gorgeous game. It has
Yeah.
manages art is really great.
For
so.
art direction,
Possibly,
I'm gonna
best
go.
score in music. I think did I already read.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
read that one.
Best audio design, Doom Eternal, Half-Life, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, which I think this is the only list Resident Evil 3 is on, Last of Us Part 2.
I'm gonna give it to
I
Last
think
of
it
Us.
goes to that too.
No,
Yeah, either of those
I'm gonna
two
give
are
it to
fine.
Last of Us, man. Last of Us had really immersive audio.
a great game.
Or
Last
Doom
of Us is a
Eternal.
fantastic game.
Doom Eternal, like that audio, I mean.
Doom
we have-
Eternal was weird. It came out and everyone forgot about it.
That's true.
We have best performance: Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Laura Bailey as Abby. Fuck, I'm gonna butcher this name. Daisuke or Daisuke
Sasuke?
Daisuke Ishiju as Jin Sakai. Logan Cunningham as Hades. Naji Jeter as Miles Morales.
I hate him.
Probably.
The game. He sounds so fake.
He does sound weird.
I would
Yeah.
say like
He sounds
Laura
like he hasn't finished
Bailey.
puberty.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, like he's trying too hard to be a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying too hard.
I'm gonna say
I
Ashley
think
and
Abby
Laura.
or-
Ashley
either
and
of those two
Laura.
gonna win.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Games for Impact. I don't know any of these
No idea
games. If Found, Kentucky Route Zero TV edition. I've heard of this game. I don't know what it is. These are all like indie games. Spirit Far. Tell Me Why. Through the Darkness of Time.
That's wow.
Moving on. I have no idea. Best ongoing game: Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty, Warzone, Fortnite, No Man's Sky. I'm gonna say Apex on this one.
Yeah, I think
Definitely
so
not
too.
gonna win. No.
Or Destiny 2. One of those two.
I think Destiny's
That's
gonna.
not winning either. It's gonna be Fortnite.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Really?
No, I think people are kind of
Yeah.
over it. They're over Fortnite.
See, they got Marvel support and DC support and Ghostbusters. Come on.
I think Tay's
You know,
right. I think
Fortnite
Tay's
up.
right. I think it's gonna be Fortnite.
Best indie: Carbon, Fallout, or Fall Guys, Hades, Spelunky 2, Spirit Feather or Far.
It might be a
I think
tie
it's-
for me between Splunky 2 and
Yeah.
Fall Guys.
I don't
Best
think
indie?
Fallout's
No, I think it's
win.
gonna be Hades.
Hades not an indie game. That's Super Giant. I played both their previous games.
But
That's not
they don't
indie,
have
is it?
they don't have a big time publishing. It's an indie. They
It's
don't-
Super
Yeah,
Giant
okay, yeah,
games.
you're right.
They're self
Yeah.
publishing.
They make great games. Have you guys played the games before?
I played
I don't know.
Transistor.
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
Transistor's fantastic.
Transistor is really good.
And Bastion's.
I didn't like
a faster version of that.
I didn't like Bastion as much, but Transistor was really fucking good.
really?
What the fuck?
The music
Best
transition.
mobile game: Among Us, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact,
Among Us.
Legends of Runeterra, Pokemon Cafe Mix. What is Pokemon Cafe Mix?
I don't know.
Where's that game with the wings on every YouTube ad?
AFK, AFK something. AFK
You
Arena.
guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Next gen graphics is not available on iPhone.
Is that the list, Crockett?
Probably. We have best community support. We have best VR.
Best VR is gonna be
innovation,
Half-Life Alex.
Yeah, best action. That's probably going to be Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
compared to what?
Best action / adventure, we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Jedi Fallen Order. That's the only one this is on.
I want to say Miles
Last of Us.
Morales. Miles Morales is gonna get the action adventure.
Action adventure, Colin.
I can see Assassin's Creed
saying?
winning though.
I don't care.
You don't care about any of these lists?
I can see Assassin's Creed
None of
winning
these
though,
games
no.
are interesting to me. I mean, I played Miles. I mean, I just don't care about any of these games. I don't care about the awards. I mean, I played my games, bro. None of these games interest me.
You like Among Us?
Yeah, you like Among Us? Best family, we have Animal
I'll be
Crossing,
honest, I
Crash
don't really
4,
like Among Us.
Me either. That game's
Fall
terrible.
Guys, Mario Kart Live, Minecraft Dungeons, Paper Mario.
What about Last of Us 2 is on that list?
The
Great
best family
family
game.
game.
Yeah, it is actually. It's right here. As soon as I cast my vote for it.
I feel like Doom's a family game.
Best multiplayer. I think I already read this.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it.
Cool.
All right, guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the podcast. This was a great episode 30. Thank you to our special guest Devin for coming along and fucking around with us for an hour and 30. Devin, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at Lighthouse Zero.
Don't you have
and
2 accounts?
I have 3, but one of them you don't know.
just tell us your main account.
That's the porn one.
Lighthouse Zero for both Twitch and Twitter.
Okay, Tay, where can they find you at?
Twitter.com/TayInfinite.
Bryan, where can they find you at?
Twitter at BryanBrowny and Twitch at BryanBrowny.
All these
Colin,
Twitch
where
ones,
can they find you at?
Twitch is MonkeyOmega. My Twitter is Space Whales.
And you guys can find me at CyberCalamity at Twitter and at Twitch. Guys, give us a round of applause for the end of the episode. It was a great one. Episode 30, baby. We're 4 subscribers away from hitting 100. This is our fucking goal to get to the end of the year with 100 subs, and we're so close. So you guys give us, if you guys can help us out with that, that'd be amazing. We'd love to see it. But guys, you can find us on Spotify and Apple podcasting apps. And if you guys like this video, give us a like. If you dislike this video, give us a dislike. But guys, until next time, take it easy.
All right. Cheers.